And let's dive on into the next track here. Leonard Cohen, I'm Your Man. If I'm your man, who can? That doesn't even make sense. We're moving on into the second side of the album. We're going to listen to the first track off of that side, which is Take This Waltz. When I see that, I'm just imagining a well-dressed man in a suit, tailored, of course, in some sort of ball or, affair of sorts. And he sees someone over on this side and he says, that's who I want. That's who I want to dance with. And he just reaches over and say, would you take this waltz? Like that's what I'm getting. Just a little bit of a good old dapper gentleman. Anyways, let's listen to the song. We'll talk about it after. Here we go.
Now in Vienna, there's 10 pretty women. There's a shoulder where death comes to cry. There's a lobby with 900 windows. There's a tree where the doves go to die. There's a piece that was torn from the morning, and it hangs in the gallery of frost. Aye, 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 aye. Take this waltz, take this waltz. Take this waltz with a clamp on its jaws. Oh, I want you, I want you, I want you on a chair with a dead magazine.
I don't know what that means.
In the cave at the tip of the lily, in some hallway where love's never been.
Don't know what that means.
On our bed where the moon has been sweating, in a cry filled with footsteps and sand. I take this waltz, take this waltz, take its broken waist in your hand. This waltz, this waltz, this waltz, this waltz, with its very own breath of brandy and death, dragging its tail in the sea.
Okay.
There's a concert hall in Vienna where your mouth had 1,000 reviews.
Singer.
There's a bar where the boys have stopped talking. They've been sentenced to death by the blues.
It's a good line.
Ah, but who is it climbs to your picture with a garland of freshly cut tears?
It's me.
I take this waltz, take this waltz, take this waltz, it's been dying for years.
Just easy sway. Another. I like how the piano brought a little blues to it, like he mentioned.
Where children are playing, where I've got to lie down with you soon. In a dream of Hungarian lanterns, in the mist of some sweet afternoon. And I'll see what you've chained to your sorrow, all your sheep and your lilies of snow. I take this waltz, take this waltz, with its I'll never forget you, you know. This waltz, this waltz, this waltz, this waltz, with its very own.
Every time this chorus comes around, there's something extra to it.
Death, dragging its tail in the sea. And I'll dance with you in Vienna. I'll be wearing a river's disguise.
Lovely voice she has.
The hyacinth soft while on my shoulder, my mouth on the dew of your thighs, and I'll bury my soul in a scrapbook with the photographs there and the moths, and I'll yield to the flood of your beauty, my cheap violin and my cross, and you'll carry me down on your dancing to the pools that you lift on your wrist. Oh my love, oh my love, take this waltz, take this waltz. It's yours now, it's all that there is.
Oh, that was fading out already. Some la-la-las to end it all. I like how she ends it. He started it, but she finishes it. I mean, the waltzy part is just, you like it or you don't, but I think that sway really works for this kind of middle-paced tune from him. His voice, what is there to say about it, except it's wonderful. I love the chorus and the I. Like, just that, the way he, take this waltz, take this waltz. I like that way that you know what's coming. Of course, with any chorus in any song, you know what's coming. But I don't know, to me, there's a certain satisfaction with the way he does it. And that satisfaction, I would say, is hugely in part due to the amount of layers that are continuously added into the music. And at a certain times, added into the music at like just the perfect story time. Hold on. At the perfect time, story-wise. So for like example, when he's mentioning the piano, there's a bar where boys have stopped talking. They've been sentenced to death by the blues. And in that particular verse, the piano is playing kind of akin to blues. And even when it gets to the chorus with the waltz part, it does have a little bit of that bluesy influence to it. So like in moments like that, I think it's really cool. The synthy bass coming in at the chorus on the later part of it. It's just like every little thing is being added into it and just makes it fresh to listen to. You know, it's always interesting. I love the singing from Jennifer Warnes on here. I've never heard of Jennifer Warnes, but looking at her Wikipedia article, she's an American singer and songwriter who's performed as a vocalist on a number of film soundtracks. She's won 2 Grammy Awards in '83 for the Joe Cocker duet, Up Where We Belong, and in '87 for the Bill Medley duet, I've Had the Time of My Life. But I am not familiar with either of those. But either way, love her voice. And like I mentioned, I love how she comes in at first, just kind of echoing the la la la. And then eventually she starts singing on her own. And just as he began singing alone, she's the one that finishes the song. So she had a really nice voice, though. I would actually like to hear some more from her, to be honest. Now in Vienna, there's 10 pretty women. There's a shoulder where death comes to cry. There's a lobby with 900 windows. There's a tree where the doves go to die. There's a piece that was torn from the morning, and it hangs in the gallery of frost. Okay, here's my interpretation. He could very well be speaking about one specific thing in all of these descriptions that he makes, but I actually think he's just actually taking them verse by verse and line by line. In Vienna, there's 10 pretty women. Stop. Somewhere in Vienna, there's a shoulder where death comes to cry. Stop. There's a lobby with 900 windows. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's just describing things and attributing different factors to Vienna. I don't think that... I mean, it's very well, though, that he could just be referring to one thing and he's grouping it all together or describing it in a certain way. I don't know. But either way, I guess you could say, oh, Vienna. Little Ultravox for you. Just Take this waltz with the clamp on its jaws. Oh, I want you, I want you, I want you on a chair with a dead magazine. I have no idea what that means. In the cave at the tip of the lily. In some hallways where love's never been.
Oh my.
Take this waltz. Take its broken waist in your hand. Interesting that the chorus changes. First, it's take this waltz with the clamp on its jaws, like it can't open its mouth. Now it's take its broken waist in your hand, like, okay, there's the dance, right? Put your hand on the waist. This waltz with its very own breath of brandy and death, dragging its tail in the sea. There's a concert hall in Vienna where your mouth had 1,000 reviews. There's a bar where the boys have stopped talking. They've been sentenced to death by the blues, which I think is a great line. Like the blues and the music is just hitting them so hard, it's like they've been sentenced to death. And they just probably have these these just distraught faces, just bawling. But who is it climbs to your picture with a garland of freshly cut tears? Who's the one that you're actually affecting? It's me, baby. Take this waltz, it's been dying for years. So now there's a time element. So perhaps we're near the end of this specific waltz. There's an attic where children are playing, where I've got to lie down with you soon in a dream of Hungarian lanterns in the midst of some sweet afternoon. And I'll see what you've chained to your sorrow, all your sheep and your lilies of snow. Take this waltz with its I'll never forget you, you know. I actually don't know what that's talking about. And I'll dance with you in Vienna. I'll be wearing a river's disguise, the hyacinth wild on my shoulder, my mouth on the dew of your thighs, and I'll bury my soul in a scrapbook with the photographs there in the moss, and I'll yield to the flood of your beauty with cheap violin and my cross. And you'll carry me down on your dancing to the pools that you lift on your wrist. Take this waltz. It's yours now. It's all that there is. So now there's a finality to it. For sure. It's yours now. No longer is this our thing. It's yours now. And that's it. The question is, what the heck is he talking about, man? It says that this is the song's lyrics are a loose translation into English of the poem Pequeño Vals Vienes, Little Viennese Waltz, by the Spanish poet Federico Garcia Lorca, one of Cohen's favorites. The poem was first published in Lorca's seminal book, Poeta en Nueva York. And then there's, of course, a lot of covers. No idea what this song's about, though. We read this already. I'm just looking to see if there's anything. Cohen talking about the impact Lorca had on him. Here of all places, I don't have to explain how I fell in love with the poet Federico. I was 15 years old and I was wandering through the bookstores of Montreal, and I fell upon one of his books and I opened it, and my eyes saw those lines. I want to pass through the arches of Elvira to see her thighs and begin weeping. I thought, this is where I want to be. I read Alone Green, I Want You Green. I turned another page. The morning though threw fistfuls of ants in your face. And oh, that mean they woke up with like acne? I turned another page. Her thighs slipped away like school of silver minnows. I knew that I had come home. I gotta do it one more time.
Oh my.
Oh. I didn't mean to press. I actually meant to press you guys to come back. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this song. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you stopping by. Press the like button before you leave. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Patreon's there. It's an option. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Come back tomorrow. Take this outro. It's not a waltz, but it did get you moving, maybe.